Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Uh, all one of you. We are playing some Maverick again, trying out some new old tech in the sideboard. A lot of the same stuff from the last stream. We've got the choke still. We've got the Thrun still. Still haven't run into Bean's control yet to figure that one out. And we're going to be trying Chains of Mephistopheles. Famously requires a flow chart to resolve in paper, but we're playing online, so thankfully I don't have to be much of a rules lawyer with it. Uh, Other change from the last time we played the deck, cut one Thoughtseize for a Deafening Silence. I think the fourth Thoughtseize kind of has diminishing returns, and Deafening Silence is probably more powerful, less applicable to a wide field, so hopefully we can spike it when we need it. But yeah, I think that is everything. I cut a snuff out down to two snuff outs, just because seeing them in multiples kind of sucks. You probably are never casting two for the alternate cost, and being very happy about it. So I don't know about these. I really haven't liked them much. Haven't faced initiatives or any sort of stompy since I put them in, so we'll kind of just keep an eye on them yet again. But yeah, let's hop into a league. Before we join the event, let me make sure I put change back on the sideboard. We did. Or maybe not hop into a league. I don't know. Oh joy. Um, have absolutely no clue what we'll be playing against here. Always something spicy. We'll take the play though. It's just kind of slow and janky. But since I really don't know what he's on, I guess we're gonna keep it. Because of the context of our hand, I am totally fine fetching out of planes here for our mother. I think I'm going to save the green suns for any other sort of action, or even a turn 2 noble or something. Mr. Waterfall's thinking very hard about this mulligan decision. keep 7. Okay, we got a straight wraith. I wonder if this is that it's like a Rhinos deck that plays. It's like a 2-mana Cascader or something, maybe 3 mana, and it needs. Okay, Crashing Footfalls. We kept a really bad hand for that. Well, Dahlia's not bad. He has the mana to pay for it, but it will stop another quick Footfalls, and we have some pressure. I probably should have Green Sunned for a mana dork there. If we wait another turn, we can get a 2-drop, which I guess would be Scavenging Ooze, which seems pretty good about the deck trying to assemble Delirium. Although he's almost there. Okay, so I can't remember if the Cascader is 2 mana or 3 mana. If it's 2 mana, we might be in trouble. Okay. We'll get a Savannah. Go for our Scavenging Ooze. Might be a little late. Or we're getting Daze. Hard cast Daze. Nope. Okay. Let's check on this guy. We are very quickly going to be in trouble. This Cradle doesn't really help me. I think unfortunately we are kind of in the perma block phase, and our plow is going to be better spent on a Rhino. So I am going to plow on end step. Man, we are flooding so hard. Okay, well, we'll take him off red. And then we're gonna block Tarmogoyf and go ahead and take 4 next turn. We have enough lands in our graveyard that like a knight would be a sick draw right here. Okay. This card is problematic. It's actually really good. Force exiled. Does saving the 1 damage matter? I don't think so. Play that card until your next end step, so we're free of this force now. And there's a knight. Alright. Okay, so let's make sure this thing resolves. Has another force. Okay, now we're in a lot of trouble. So we can attack with the Thalia, kill the Inti, take 4 from the Rhino token, block the Tarmogoyf with the Mom, and then we're essentially on a clock to find anything else. I think that's what we gotta do. I need to remember to restart my client after this game. It's already bugging out. Or after this match. Hey, thanks, Connor. You're watching us getting our shit rocked right now. Oh, wow. Stress raid. Worst possible time to be coming in here. We're losing to Matt on, I think it's his Turbo Cascade deck with the the Delirium. The Delirium Cascader. Yeah, I'm gonna try, but game 1 not going so hot. We gotta draw really hot here. That is not really hot. It is a blocker. We're not dead, but we're very close. So we can chump the Goyf with a Dryad Arbor and kill this Rhino once and for all. How'd your league go, Strauss? This line is like so bad to any sort of removal, but we kind of have to. And we have to draw very live. we're just dead. 3-2. That's not bad for fart. So these endurances are actually really good against his deck because he needs Delirium to Cascade. I want the Thoughtseizes. Deafening Silence is kind of meh because I think most of his cascading happens off of creatures. Teague is not good. Liberator's not good. Maybe these snuff outs just aren't worth it. I don't know if the Thalias are particularly good. I think on the play they're worth keeping in. I guess he plays Tarmogoyfs as well. Maybe this is a LQR not being super hot matchup. No, because he plays a lot of removal too. I don't know how to board for this. I don't want to pay life for the snuff outs. I'll trim a knight. Maybe Scrib Ranger's not good here. I think our equipment is really good. Grist is not looking great. I'll trim a dork. So this is like a 5. But it's like kind of good actually. If we get our mana under us, I'm gonna try it. I've talked myself into it. I'm gonna Green Suns off this Savannah in case I draw a Wasteland, so I can Thalia Wasteland. I think next turn the play is Scavenging Ooze around Days and get to work on the graveyard. Yeah, Hermit Druid is perfectly safe for Legacy. Just not willing to compromise on that stand or on that stance. I think Oops is already doing more degenerate things. Okay, here is the guy that I was talking about. 2 mana. And we are at instant sorcery creature. Very timely once upon a time. Worse than Sylvan Library. It's actually really tough between Thalia and Scavenging Ooze. I think if either of them get forced, we're kind of screwed. Thalia. Here it's worse. I think Thalia probably has more disruptive power, so we'll go with Thalia. I'll go get a Bayou. Then we'll get in our chip damage. Okay. Suspends the crashing footfalls. Hopefully we have time to stop that. Ooh. Ooh. Do I jam this into days? I think I'll attack first and see if he spends his mana. I think we have enough time to play around the days. Gonna go ahead and this is an instant and sorcery. Well, that's an instant as well. I'll hit the creature. Put it out of stomp range. Oh, that's rough. Okay, so endurance would have been the correct call there. We got a Goyf. Great to have the mana here. I wonder... I'm very interested, I think, in just casting this pre-combat. And getting in. We could have gone for a blowout there, but I think he's too smart to do that against an endurance deck. And this way we get him down to 9. We've got mana up for our Scavenging Ooze. Yep. Okay. On the draw, it's gonna be a little tougher. I think we're looking pretty good here. Maybe these Thalias aren't as impressive on the draw. Yeah, we're trying Thrund. I'm just like throwing everything I can think of against the wall, to hoping that I run into bean control to like see if anything is good. So we have Thrun, we have Chains. I have Ramanap back in the deck to try and like waste them out. Just kind of a spread of stuff. I'm gonna bring in one Snuff Out for Athalia. Not that I think it will make a difference. I mean this is pretty good. So if we Thoughtseize, we can take. I think this is good. We can look for action with this Once Upon a Time as well. We can Thoughtseize and then hopefully resolve a Stoneforge Mystic and get a Batterskull, and then we'll be in decent shape. Okay, let's see what he finds. Street Wraith. I'm gonna cast this Once Upon a Time. I don't care if it gets dazed. We'll take the Scavenging Ooze. Now this might get dazed. Yep. Okay. So that's not great. I think next turn... It does set him back a turn on Cascading. Ooh, I didn't know he plays Wasteland. Alright, that sets him back a turn as well. Could be worse. So I'll play out this Windswept Heath in case we have to plow something. We can use the basic planes. So now the question is, do I jam this Stoneforge Mystic into days, and I think so, because if we do get days, then we can get a Scavenging Ooze or another Reliquary down next turn, probably. And I am going to fetch here so my knight is larger when I play it. I just noticed this is a little wonky here. Okay. So these dazes are like kind of time walking him. It's giving me time to set up. So here, I think we jam the Scavenging Ooze. And he has instant sorcery and land, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this Street Wraith now. Sorry, I missed chat. Doing good versus beans with Loam, mostly because of walkers and Boseiju and Loam. Yeah, that seems pretty grindy. I think at least Maverick, the best way, like our very best way that we're gonna combat beans is by getting under them. So I think that's my theory crafting at least, because I don't think we outgrind that deck. Oh, I should have played the Dork. I'm too busy talking. I'm gonna eat this Stoneforge though. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I think we have to get under them and like play things that are harder for them to interact with, like chains or Thrun or something. But I haven't really run into beans enough to test my hypothesis. And I can cut them off sorcery right now. I think that's worth it. And then they have 2 instants. I'm just gonna leave up this ignoble. Okay, it's another instant. Or leave up this fetch for green. Architects of Will. I think I can hit that on the stack. Like with the cycling trigger on the stack, so he won't have a chance to use the Cascade Duder. Yeah, untapping with Fiend Artisan is a tall order. Get a Bayou here. They have a fetch land. I guess it doesn't really matter. Start working on instants. Okay, I have a ton of removal for if this does resolve. Oh yeah, did he Cascade one a while back? No, I'm imagining that. Okay, that's great. Gonna develop our mana here. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about with someone the other day. Is like currently I'm cutting all my plows, and then just relying on like Grist and Legolas's quick reflexes as my kind of like removal, I guess. But then if there's Saint Catherine, like turn 3, 5/5 with lifelink, it's kind of a big deal. Okay, is this where we get screwed? Okay, yeah, so I can hit that with it just on the stack. Not even gonna let that remain in the graveyard. So we actually have lethal next turn if he doesn't find anything. Yeah, also I think the Bug Beans deck that is kind of like a hybrid tempo and control shell, that is really scary. Okay. We can take a sorcery out of the graveyard and shrink both of these. And then the question is, do I want to plow? Put him to 9. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is absolutely doing work right now. I think I'm going to plow. I honestly don't care if this gets dazed. Okay. And then I think we're kind of in on just attacking here. Be interesting to see if there's a block that happens. No. Okay. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we're looking pretty good here. Okay, that eats a force. Still only 2 card types in the graveyard. Okay, this song is awful. All right, that's way better. So end of turn here, we'll eat the Knight to shrink this Goyf. And maybe get to work on the, I'm not sure whether it's more likely he'll play an instant or a fetch land. We'll go for instants. And then I'm just gonna eat stuff. I don't think I'm gonna be using my mana on anything next turn except casting these plows. And I do think I'd go for it here. All right, we actually get there somehow. Did not expect to win that one. All right, starting off 1-0. Not bad. This is our beautiful pile for the evening. We're playing Stoneforges and Thalias instead of Fiend Artisans and Orcs because I like having consistent stable mana. That's basically it. I don't think Bowmaster is super great anymore. It's certainly not. It's supposed to be best in the Delver matchup, and I feel like it's not as good as the other options. We got the dub. Easy dub. Not really. That deck's really scary. Scavenging News did a lot of work in that matchup. That's why I'm anti-Scooz haters. I think Scavenging News is super good. All right, got another game. I'll take the play. Yeah, there's a lot of situations where endurance is better, but like, you know what's amazing to follow up after you kind of stabilize with an endurance? Scavenging Ooze. Sure. We've got removal. Oh, I forgot to restart my client. I might have to do that right now. My mouse is kind of going all over the place. I don't know if that shows up very well on the stream, but I will just play this off a basic. This hand is specifically not great against like a combo deck. So we're either screwed or this is a cast. Okay. Let's see what they get. LED. I'm not familiar with the Karn combo deck that plays Crystal Vein. So we'll see what else comes out of this thing. It's gonna be a tough call next turn whether to pressure the Karn with the Noble or just slam a Knight. If we pressure with the Noble, then it Mesmeric Orb. Okay, so we'll have an entirely new hand to make decisions with. Essentially the exact same. Oh, except we can prevent the Karn from searching again if we get another turn. Well, this endurance is great if they like somehow screw up their echo line. I think I do have to go after this Karn though. I don't want them to be able to search again. And then I don't want to get too ahead of myself and assume I'm going to have this hand next turn. But if I have this hand next turn, probably casting the once upon a time to try and find like a Thalia or a Gaddock. We're not playing not Scavenger News. Collector Oof in the main, so this is a matchup where that definitely hurts. Okay, they just have another Karn. So I want to make sure that if they do pass the turn on the end step, I give myself an opportunity to get Dryad Arbor so I can actually just kill the Karn. I'm assuming they're going to search with it. Are they really? Am I getting Mycosynth Lattice right now? Is that what's happening? That's actually fine, I think. If I fetch on the stack, then I get to kill the Karn, and then all my stuff unlocks. We will see. Maybe they're getting... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else you would get. Yeah, Mycosynth Lattice. Okay. That's why Exalted is so good, if you're following along at home. No, I don't think they read my cards. So I think I'm still interested in Once Upon a Time here to try and find some sort of interaction. That is not it. I think it might just be take the dork so we have more of a clock. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. And then I guess we take them off as much mana as possible. I mean, they can untap all their stuff, but like, it just makes it a little bit harder for them. And then next turn, oh, we can't pitch Endurance anymore. I don't think it matters. It's kind of scary that they actually like drew hot and got something here. Okay, that's fine. You can have that one. Deck is not helping us out though. I will say that. I guess we just get our Knight going here. Cannot play Knight and hold up Endurance on their turn because of the defense grid. We'll make it look like we have a Bowmaster or something. What the heck? Okay, I've never played through a Mycosynth Lattice before. I usually just lose, so I've never actually spent mana. Alright, we just have to fade a couple draws here. Of course, they're going to draw Supremely Hot. Like Giga Hot. Yeah, I'm excited to bring in Chains. Please fizzle. Not that it matters because we can't attack. Okay, so we're gonna waste them just so they have to like do more stuff to untap all their artifacts. It's not a huge benefit, but it's kind of what we can do right now. And it pumps our Knight as well for when we get to attack, assuming they don't chain rings over and over. Do I play out this endurance? I kind of don't want to put this stuff in their deck. I don't know. And the clock, I guess the clock will be one more damage if I play out the endurance. Or no. What am I doing? Let's play the Batterskull. Why not? Yeah, we'll play the Batterskull. Next turn, we strap it to the knight, and they should die. So they have to kill us or find another ring. Yep, same line or same thought. Termi, I think that's got to be it. It's funny. I filed away the Batterskull in my head as just like dead for the rest of the game, but it might actually matter here. Unless they find a Karn, then then we just like kill them because they'll untap and die to the ring trigger. Please fizzle. Hmm. Do they have enough mana to do anything? 4 mana. They could get an ensnaring bridge. That would be pretty annoying. Yeah, they get an ensnaring bridge. It's fine because we're gonna draw Outland Liberator off the top. It's not it. Well, unfortunately, I have to kill this Karn. At least we have exalted creatures, but they do get another turn of BS. So this Mother of Runes doesn't do anything. I think we just spend our mana to equip here. They don't have a land for us to wasteland, so we'll pass it on back. Hope they whiff a couple times. Well, they actually have to whiff like 8 or 9 times with this one ring, so in the Mystic Forge. So that's kind of unfortunate. I probably can F6 because of the defense grid, but like maybe there's a world where I want to activate the knight and draw a card on the end of their turn. I think that world does exist, so I'm not going to activate the knight, or I'm not going to F6. Really? Okay, we're trying it. I will hold you personally responsible if I go through my end step. I probably should have activated it there. Well, no, because I would have my hand shuffled anyways. So it doesn't matter if I draw Horizon Canopy. You know what I just despise about this deck? It is so exhausting to be in a game with it. It's like, how many actions are you going to take, you know? Like, I'm not even going to scoop. They could fizzle. I don't think it's deterministic from here. Actually, I think it is. Definitely not killing them anytime soon now. I'm going to change the music. This is not doing it for me. All right. So they can kill me. Yeah. Great. That was fun. That was really fun. Chains, collector oof. I think this is all we're bringing in. And as far as out, definitely don't need the scavenging ooze or the endurances. Those don't really interact with Echo at all. As well as this entire package here. We also don't need swords, so that actually leaves us with a little bit of space. So in that case, I can bring 3 cards back in. I guess Scavenging Ooze because like it's a 2-mana attacker. Endurance because it attacks. Yeah, I don't know. We have more cards to take out than we want in for this one. I think that's fine. The moms don't do a lot, but I think these decks do play Dismember or like bounce effects. Post board at least. Same with the LQR. It's not doing a ton, but this is a little bit of a do nothing hand. This is also a little bit of a do nothing hand. Are we just gonna mulligan to Oblivion? They keep 7. Okay, this has a Thalia. Oh, this has a turn 2 collector. Oof. That's gotta be good enough. We gotta get rid of 2 cards. I think Grist is a little slow. And Green Sun's Zenith, the second one, because we'll want a backup plan in case we don't hit another land off this Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I think it's our best bet. Just have to remember to cast Once Upon a Time before I cast the Noble. Cradle and Wasteland. I think, I actually see benefits to both of these. If they, so if they're heads up enough to dismember our Noble on turn 1 and we take the Cradle, we're just screwed. But the Cradle does let us play through the Thalia text really well. But, well, Wasteland I think is better with Thalia, so we'll take the Waste. And I don't think they're gonna dismember this Noble Hierarch, but I've actually like I've had that happen before. I've kept a hand assuming I'll have a dork for the entire game, and I got turn 1 dismembered by my storm opponent and then lost, so it'll happen. And then, of course, having the Wasteland for this saga gonna be great. Unless we're getting echoed. Okay, I'm glad that I went over all of those lines. They don't matter, and our hand is infinitely worse. So now we just have to decide what we are going to destroy with this Outland Liberator, unless we can Lux Sack a Collector for a green sun off the top. Okay, it's actually fine. I don't like this hand, so. I'm just not even gonna talk through my lines until they're done. They still have 2 echoes left in the deck. Okay, we got a Karn here. What do you grab with your 3 mana? Or I guess it could be 6 if they Mycosynth Lattice. We're still not dead. Actually, we're pretty dead, because they'll get to untap with the Urza Saga. So yeah, we need to draw Force of Vigor, which we didn't draw. So I think we're dead. Oh, you can't pitch a green card, can you? Yeah, so we're done. Well, that was fun. Yeah, we'd be able to get 1 damage in on the Karn, and then they would have Saga tokens to block, plus whatever if they want to animate something with Karn. So we're kind of dead at that point. Ooh, a risky 1-lander. My favorite kind. They mulligan to 6. And so I'm going to be a Greed Lord and keep this. Oh, and I'm going to lose the game because it's oops all spells. Okay. Maybe they don't have the mana to activate this and I can just plow it. Oh, okay. Okay. See what you got. Anything spicy in here? Leyline of Sanctity. I was going to bring in the Force of Vigors anyways, but that's good to know about. I don't think I see anything really very interesting here. I don't see either of those. Yeah, it looks like their spice is the ley lines, and they're playing Once Upon a Time. I don't know if that's stock. Okay, we're gonna concede and conceal some information. Just bring in all the free interaction that we have, aside from Snuff Out. And cut grist, equipment, I guess these swords. I think that is it. It's reasonably clean there. I don't think there's anything I would rather have out of the deck than have the swords in. I think playing to the line of them having not enough mana to activate their creature is not really it. Well, this hand is like okay. We have protection, but we have no pressure at all. And if they have Pact of Negation or anything, it's like we just lose. This is a matchup where like you can mulligan. So I'm going to. All right, immediately punished. That's okay. They keep 7. It's kind of scary. Now I'm actually feeling bad. So this has Deafening Silence and Thalia and Wastelands. So this could get there. And the other option is going to 4. And I don't really want to go to 4. So I'm going to ditch the Noble. And then do we keep a Forest or a Wasteland? I think a Forest. This is pretty sus. I hope it's enough to get us there. They didn't keep any ley lines, so like most of our stuff is active. Opponent has typed in chat ... I don't know if that's a tilt or disbelief that we would play such a card. I would assume they bring in Force of Vigor anyways, because we play what's it called? Leyline. So here I actually don't. So if I wasteland him and he just doesn't have another, well, if I wasteland them and they don't have another land, they're screwed. If we get the Thalia in play, and then they could force a Vigor with Thalia on the stack. I think I just go for the Thalia and don't show them the waste. Could regret that. Okay, they're F6'd, or they're waiting until our end step, which was not the right move if they had a Force of Vigor they wanted to use. So they could Dark Ritual into... If they have a black land, they could Dark Ritual into the One that costs 3 and needs an activation cost. Or they could spend their mana to play out a Chrome Mox and get Wastelanded next turn. They drew Dread Return. I wish I'd screenshotted their list. You think Night next? If I draw a land, I think I'm going to Wasteland them. We'll see. I could draw Endurance. Okay, I kind of want to Wasteland them here. It's basically free. Free Time Walk. And I really need to restart my client after this match. My mouse is all over the place. Imprinting, Dread Return. Yeah. You think he's on Reanimate? I didn't see any Reanimates pre-board. Is that something that they bring in post-board? Okay, they do nothing in pass. Feeling pretty good about that. Okay, if we could draw an Endurance or Thoughtseize or something, or like Force of Vigor, pretty much any of our interaction, I would feel very confident in this game. But as it stands, I'm still worried about losing. They're either thinking or salting. I don't know. But yeah, very much hoping to draw any of those cards I mentioned earlier. Okay, they're paying a mana. Dark Ritual, okay, with an Elvish Spirit Guide to cast it. So they must have the Spy, or the 3 mana one. Oh. So they have to wait, right? Just activate it, mill yourself. Okay, they cast Dark Ritual, so they can't Dread Return. Well, I guess... What are they planning on doing here? They get some Narcomoebas. They can't cast a non-creature spell. I'm not quite sure what's happening. Let's see. They've got 2 Elvish Spirit Guides, 2 Simian Spirit Guides. There's third. So they've used up all their Elvish, and they have 3 Spirit Guides in the deck. I didn't see... Yeah, they have realized they can't win. Do we change anything? I don't think so. This hand doesn't do anything. That's not what I want. They keep 7, which is always fun. They did pivot to Belcher, by the way. I saw that in their graveyard when they milled their deck. I think we have to mulligan this. I know we have to mulligan this. This is very shitty. Oh my god. Just mulligan to Oblivion here. Okay. So we will keep. We will keep the Deafening Silence. Oh, we have to put 4 cards on the bottom. Oh my god. These go for sure. I think we So we got to keep endurance and the pitch. So then Thoughtseize I don't think is good enough to just hold on to. Deafening Silence is very good. And we have a bunch of hits in the deck for a land, so we'll just YOLO it. Yeah. Yep. And if they have a Belcher line, we just lose. We just die. But we did what we could. The other hands were not keepable in any fashion. We have... Okay, so they find an Elvish Spirit Guide. Yeah, this is super fun Magic. I really am enjoying this right now. We have 26 hits in the deck. Once Upon a Times and lands. Oh, Thoughtseize. You gotta be joking. Well, maybe they'll misclick and they'll take the Deafening Silence. They'll be like so tilted from the last game. Okay, just a thought. Is this where I do ... in chat? Hey, let's go. Let's go. We're still in it. It really is that easy. Yeah, we are playing at ... hours. Okay. So best draw at this point is an Endurance off the top. Thoughtseize Bug. Let's go one time. Nope. I think we just play this. Next turn we can draw if we have to. So they have 2 unknowns in hand. They do have black mana available. I think they're just... Well, they would have... They would have gone for it, I assume, with the Elvish Spirit Guide. They pitch in Narcomoeba, so they have Spirit Guide and 1 card in hand. Are they on Belcher? Well, I think I for sure am gonna draw here. If I hit a Wasteland, that's good. Basically, any card is better than having this land in play, I think. So I could play this mom or keep it and make them think I have something. I don't think it matters too much. I'm gonna pretend that I have something scary. It's a clock, yeah. Those are both very good points. I would settle for Oof, Gaddock Teague. Gaddock Teague actually would probably be the best card because I don't think they can beat that. Wow, why did they keep that hand? Because of the Thoughtseize? They must think we have Force of Vigor and they're like just gonna their plan is to like not give us a chance to kill the Belcher? Is that the deal? Or are they just flooding super bad and they kept their hand? What is going on? Like how is this game still happening right now? They have a bridge from below, so there's whatever is in their hand is still not very scary. Honestly, I, d- I don't know who's drawing worse, to be honest. Uh, well, I'm gonna play this out so I can represent a hardcast endurance. I don't know. Like, I don't know who's drawing worse. Wow, nothing still. Okay, our clock is like it's becoming real. Like, what is happening right now? Yeah, I know. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Reflex is not a bolt because it does not target players. Okay, so now they have to win via Belcher. Do you think they're really playing against around the quick reflexes? Oh wow, that's atrocious. Well, we're gonna eat our endurance. And hold up protection, I guess. Why would we attack with the noble instead of the mom? Um, yes, I can. If I shoot and eat, it puts them to 1, which doesn't really change anything for me, right? And I think they might be scared and playing around it. Do I even play out the knight at this point? I don't think I have to. I'm just going to hold up as many Screws activations as I need. Force of Vigor, pitching Once Upon a Time. Okay. Do I get belched? That would be really anticlimactic after all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they maybe we're waiting to. How can he not win? He can. Okay. We'll say GG's and see if we get any salt. They could Dark Ritual and Belcher me, right? They have the black mana. Belcher's 4 and a 3 activation cost, so they totally could Belcher me. Does Scavenging do stop Belcher? Yeah, there was. They milled it in the second game. They showed it to us. A lot of Oops decks will pivot to Belcher post board. Well, feels good to beat that. It took way longer than it should have. Holy cow. What a fun matchup for that for everyone to watch. So this is like a very sus hand. They're on a mulligan to 6, so I'm in a mulligan. Instantly punished. Wow. So we're going to 5. Yeah, they keep 6. All right, this hand's pretty decent. We can bottom a Once Upon a Time for free. And then it's kind of like, what do I want to play around? I think this mom has the least utility. Yeah, same. Because I'm thinking like, if it's combo, then we're gonna want to find like a Dork or a Thalia off of this Once Upon a Time and race to a turn 2 Teague. If it's Reanimator, then we have that. So I think, yeah. Oh, I missed a few follows. If you're still in the chat, thank you for following. Oh, this is dope. I don't think I even cast Once Upon a Time here. Oh, opponent says good luck, have fun, so we know they're up to no good. Yeah, I think we just let this resolve. If it's Reanimator or something, and they take the Endurance, then I can hopefully look for another one. I have the lands. Man, this league has been not what I was hoping for in terms of matchups. I really would like to run into like I want to hit initiative and try the snuff outs and see if they make any sort of difference. I want to hit bean control and try out all of the spicy nonsense we have in the sideboard, but we're getting none of them. What are you gonna do? Reanimate this? Okay, so like, do I once upon a time and look for an endurance? It's not even worth endurancing. We go down to 2 cards. I think I just let. I think I have to let this happen at this point. Like there's there's no. I think we just have to play off the top of our deck. Yeah, so they probably have a Bowmaster in hand, which is why I think I'm not even gonna Green Suns, honestly. I guess if I don't Green Suns and I draw a 3-drop next turn, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. So I guess I have to. We're gonna live and die by we are gonna live and die by our top decks. We'll get dazed here. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Okay. Yeah, so we are we're cruising. Nothing but gas from here on out. I think I used up my quota for bad draws in that last matchup there. They are gonna be at 2 cards, and we are gonna be at 2 cards, but they have a 3/2 that I can't block. You know, I don't mind this matchup. I've been tracking my stats, and I'm like really positive against this matchup. Yeah, so they do not shuffle. They already played a land, so we don't know if they found a land that they were looking for. Yeah, I'm just gonna fire this off. I don't think Leyline is very good against Scam, to be honest. Like, are you really gonna mulligan a good hand to find a Leyline against Scam? And then, like, you're in a top deck. Like, right now, I draw a Leyline. It's not good. Like, you want to just maximize the good cards in your deck. Although this is typical. Okay, so basically any non-land card in our deck is live at this point as a draw. If they reanimate this, we're in trouble though. I'm gonna upkeep fetch, or end step fetch, I suppose, for a plains here, just to do the most minuscule amount of deck thinning. Well, am I? Because then it makes grief a little bit faster of a clock. I don't think that matters. I don't want to fetch a Dryad Arbor into probably a Bowmasters. Wow, could we get any more unlucky here? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that is, I think, 4 lands in a row. Okay, so we'll We'll see if they attack into a very obvious Dryad Arbor. We have one Dryad Arbor. They do. Well. Do they have another? We need a plow off the top. Oh, we're dead. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, okay. Man, that sucked. Okay, so snuff outs are bad. It's basically endurance, and we'll consider these chokes here. Gaddock Teague out. Outland Liberator out. And I don't like Reminep actually, so we'll just trim Athalia here. I think Choka is okay because they're unless they have like a nasty hand with like a reanimated troll super early, they're generally pretty slow and the choke can do some damage. Unlike Delver where they just run you over with a bunch of one drops. Yeah, unfortunately no invigorates for this matchup. Um, couldn't find the room in my sideboard for that. And these snuff outs looking again not great. Normally I play paths, which would 100% come in this match. They're really good. They're really taking their time with their sideboarding. Yeah, I was thinking about the chains as well. I don't think we want it against reanimate decks. But like when they're in top deck mode and they're trying to cantrip, that's pretty good. I guess against specifically Brainstorm, Ponder, it's interesting. Okay. This hand is really slow. But it has lands, and GT is really good against them, and I really don't want to mulligan. Yeah. Especially if they turn one Ponder shuffle, then we're just like, bam! Wasteland. Do I play a fetch here? I think so. I'm gonna regret that fetch though if I draw exactly a Noble Hierarch or Ignoble, because I'm not gonna want to fetch a basic planes with that, and then I can't waste them. Okay, we're getting griefed. They have pitched Fatal Push. Just gonna let them take it. Wonder what they take. It doesn't really matter. As if I would pitch my endurance to stop this from being reanimated. They don't even have it. Okay. Cool. I think I just wasteland them here. No real play on turn one. That's as good as a wasteland's gonna get, really. And then next turn, we'll just hold up a GT or Scrib Ranger, I suppose. Or maybe I just play GT on curve and get a Daze out of their hand. I think GT is better than Scrib Ranger. Okay, Ponder does not shuffle. I'm just gonna keep wastelanding them. I've got enough lands. Cool. Cool wasteland. Alright, Strats, take notes. This is what basics look like. Yeah, they don't have anything. We'll see if I'd fetched it on basic here, they could wasteland it before the Scrib Ranger resolves. I think... this is actually tough. I think upkeep endurance them, to be honest with you. Off basics, of course. And then next turn we can play Jitty and equip, and that will be pretty good. Actually, turn off auto yields, we might do something. Okay. How does the basic hurt me here? Like, I'm not being flippant, I'm just curious. Wow, and a dismember, okay. So we'll just run out this Savannah, try and trick them into wastelanding it. So then we can play the Windswept Heath and get a Dryad Arbor. I probably should have tapped the Savannah for the GT to keep up Daze mana in case I need to plow something this turn. Ponder. If they hit their land drop, I bet they waste us here. Doesn't, or they shuffle. Okay, they don't. Well, that's unfortunate. Nice little standoff here. Okay. You got a force? Yeah, he might daze me. Wow. Okay. We have a batter skull. He might have a Shouldered's Edict as well, and then just make me sack the germ, but I can just bounce and replay this. Or a Bowmaster. Spot on with the prediction. Unfortunately, my mana is too stable. They're just not incentivized to waste me at all, so I can't get an Arbor going. I'm just suffering from success over here. They are thinking long and hard on this brainstorm. So they find a fetch. Maybe they'll finally waste me here. So I think unless we draw something really good, we're probably just gonna hook up the GT. Okay, we're definitely just gonna go for this and see what happens. If they remove it, we'll just take a turn off and okay. I kind of feel like maybe they're holding up another Bowmaster, but I'm not really scared of that. Okay, so they don't have Shouldered's Edict. I don't know. They have 5 cards in hand. I don't know what they could possibly be holding on to at this point. Probably Murktide me here. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Jared. I believe in me too. Who would win? One Murky Boy? They don't even have a Murktide. What is in their hand? Okay. For the record, they shuffled the last Ponder. So they have brainstormed, shuffled with the fetch, ponder, shuffled their library, are pondering again. They shuffle. I don't know. Our opponent is the unluckiest person in the world, apparently. So here they could have a dismember. Dismember is the only thing that really punishes. You think they have forces or snuff out? Snuff out, not doing much here. So I can play around the dismember by keeping up this +2/+2. We'll just kill this bowmaster and then get in for damage, and then uh, hopefully resolve the grist after combat. And we'll play out the Bayou, so then we still have this Windswept Heath to get a Dryad Arbor at some point if they ever wasteland us, which... Oh, Submerge. I can't say I was playing around Submerge. Well, I'm still gonna play it off the Bayou. Oops. Need black mana, huh? And then I'm not too worried about bouncing this Batterskull. I'm just gonna equip here, and then next turn we'll strap the Batterskull on and get back to work. So they probably are counting on like a big Murktide bailing them out. Which I don't think it will. It does mean that I just wasted mana equipping that Jite though. I guess if they're heads up enough to keep the Wasteland in play for a Dryad Arbor and they have removal on the insect token, a Murktide is actually good here. Yeah, there's a Murktide. They're figuring out what to get rid of. Oh, good point. Yeah. It's basically Invigorate to play around Bowmaster. And like even if everything goes wrong, we still have the Plow. Okay. What are we targeting here? Okay. So I think I'm gonna pump this. You think Plow on my turn? Well, I guess we're plowing. Kind of was hoping they would force that, to be honest. We'll just equip here. I don't think there's any reason for me to make a token now. So they could have Dismember here. That is like bad for me. Snuff Out doesn't do anything. Okay, we've got Jitty counters again. Make another insect and pass it off to them. Stoneforge is not a good card. It's a dead it's a dead card. Why would you play Stoneforge Mystic? That's cringe. I can't believe we're up on clock after I've just been jabbering away the whole time. How can we lose this game? I don't know. That's very cocky of me to say. They could have the Palantir of Orthanc. That would be pretty rough, although I think we can just like gain life through that. Okay, so Murktide again. I think we just plowed again and keep going. They're like, oh, they finally use the Wasteland. Okay. Oh, they have another one. Of course. They're probably like, oh wow, okay. Going a little aggro. They have one card in hand. Um, Man, I'm not convinced that I plow this one. I guess if they, well, okay, I'm definitely not plowing this one now. We can save it. I'm gonna get rid of the Dryad Arbor because it pumps Night, and the Dryad Arbor also dies to Snuff Out, which is like one of the few ways they could get back in this one. All right, they are in quite a lot of trouble here. I can't believe this is only game 2. I feel like this has been going on forever. I would love to draw like a Knight or Endurance. Kind of put this away more than it's put away. I feel like they should be thinking about saving clock at this point, but I don't know what their outs could be. All right, that's something. Well, I think I just kill both of these and leave my insect intact. They might be under the misunderstanding that GTA doesn't work if it's not equipped. Well, there's the Knight. I think I'm gonna play this around days. And I need to fetch before I activate the Grist because I only have, I think, one fetchable left in the deck. Then we'll hook the GTA up on the insect token and get to work. Ooh, no, Null Rod is interesting. I wonder if it's worth bringing Outland Liberator back in for that. I think we can still win without the equipment, especially if they are like digging for Null Rod and then we don't even play any equipment and just kill them with like Knights and Endurance and stuff. I could see cutting an Athalia on the draw for Outland Liberator just to have that out available to us. I don't know what they could be thinking about so hard they're like dead in 15 different ways. Toxic Deluge, pay 11. All right. Let's sideboard. Let's we'll make this one change. And I keep saying this, I really need to restart my client after this round. Hopefully I'll remember this time. I think that game was kind of a good showcase of why I'm still splashing black for the grist. His hand's keepable. Yeah, it does stuff. It's kind of awkward with these two lands, but like I don't want to mulligan. Sylvan Library is a bad card, and I don't want to play bad cards. I was wondering if you were still in chat. Oh man, I'm in trouble now. All right, we got a waste from the opponent. What do you think about my basic forest, opponent? What have I done? Okay, so next turn, I am going to Green Sun Zenith for a mana dork, and I'm going to run out this Horizon Canopy as a sacrificial lamb. Fully expecting to get dazed and then wasted next turn, or Bowmastered and then wasted next turn, something like that. Okay, that's the Underground Sea that they found off this. They did not find a land. They didn't shuffle. Oh, duh, because they already played the land. Or we could just play it off basics because we never didn't have it. Okay, are we getting bowed here? They don't have days. I feel like they would have dazed that. They must have a Bowmaster here. I don't. If they don't Bowmaster us, then like if they play. Okay. This just got very interesting. I'm pretty interested in trying to plow this and developing my mana further so that next turn I can slam a Green Sun Zenith around days with Gaia's Cradle. So we will try that. Leaves me a little bit weak to a Murktide, but they're kind of a ways away from actually casting a Murktide, to be honest. And then I'm just going to throw out this Dryad Arbor because I don't care if it dies. If they leave it alive, if they correctly assume that my mana is like set and they don't waste me, then this Cradle's going to go nuts next turn. As far as the Sylvan Library thing, I just have no interest in playing a card that like doesn't further my game plan at all against a card that's like played by 40% of the meta or something crazy like that. Okay, nothing from our opponent. Wasteland's kind of spicy. I think they probably are sitting on a Bowmasters or something. They must have a force. I'm gonna go for Green Sun Zenith for 3. Very heads up play. Yeah, waste first is correct. So I think now we move phases. Okay, so they might have a Bowmaster. You don't think get in some damage here? I kind of like smashing with Exalted Noble. Either way, I can still play around it. No? That's very safe. Alright. So if this resolves, what do we get here? Grist? I think Grist kind of makes it very hard for them to catch up. I guess Grist gets punished by if they actually are holding up a Bowmaster. You like Endurance, huh? Yeah, I could see Endurance. Like, I think I think they are struggling to find blue mana, and if I get this Grist on the board and they don't have exactly Bowmasters, they are screwed. And I think they would have Bowmastered to pick off my mana at some point. So I'm gonna Grist and hope we don't get punished. Well, of course they have the Edict. Yep. Clips was right. Clips was right. So I think next turn we're gonna, if they don't make another land drop, I don't know what they're casting this for. Oh shit. Alright, this is not great. Well, we're gonna take a redraw here. Off this Arbor. Come on, deck. Alright, so we are attacking Grist now. I feel like I'm flooding an insane amount this league. I feel like that's not crazy to say. So if they get a Bowmasters here, we are in trouble. Because then they have a million blockers. Also a Murktide now looking scary. The good news is his opponent is now super low on time, and they really don't have much of a clock. Well, that is sick. I'm gonna play this without playing the Cradle first, so they think like, oh, this is fine, I can let this resolve. And then bam! A million mana. And I'm just gonna eat their entire graveyard at this point. I need to pop this out. That's my dog. Thought I popped this out. Okay. Okay. Get in with this insect token. Then we're holding up 2 mana to cover off like some sort of reanimation from them. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, now our Grist or our Scavenging Ooze is going to die. Probably. Seems likely. But I think if they kill the Scavenging Ooze, then we can at least get in and kill the Grist, or at least start attacking it down. Well, it got bounced to my hand, it wasn't killed. They mill a daze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is kind of annoying. Go ahead and eat our noble. How do we eat the token? It gets returned to our hand, right? And then it just disappears. Well, yeah, in paper I can literally eat it. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. All right, so the Scavenging Ooze is not long for this world. They're just gonna keep milling. I'm gonna go ahead and keep their graveyard tamed just in case they have a Murktide and like a land or something. Okay, not much of a clock here. How am I gonna clock them when I can't get to the grist? Oh, you mean game clock? Yes. That is our win condition. Especially because they're not yielding to the scavenging ooze. Man, scavenging ooze looking. Come the fuck on. Scavenging ooze looking really cool. Okay. I don't even know how many lands in a row that is at this point. Just like literally any spell would be so cool. It doesn't at this point too, like the Grist, they have enough tokens that they can just start ticking down and killing anything that I play. So I really need like a Batterskull or a Jite or Stoneforge. You gotta be kidding me. Fascinating. I don't know if I would have done that myself. I think you just keep chumping. Yeah, that was a really good trade. That set them back so far. I think they can kill me in 2 minutes with this Voidwalker. Like I have so many good hits in my deck. Could I have one of them, please? Honestly, not even a good hit at this point. I guess it forces them to make some really awkward uh, decisions with this Grist. I would just honestly let this Noble through. I don't think they're going to, but I think that's correct. Yep. Don't know what they're doing. They probably have Force anyways. Nope, okay. I'm gonna thin on their end step. Maybe they have another Fatal Push. Okay. They're running very low on time. They can also tick Grist down to hit us for 1. I don't think that'll matter, but something to keep in mind. Fetch doesn't do anything with Voidwalker. I'm gonna fetch here though, just a thin. Okay, that does a thing. It still doesn't kill the Bowmaster or the Voidwalker. I think our opponent hopefully is playing too slow to kill us with the Voidwalker. Oh wait, let's do that upkeep. I'm just gonna 6 for clock. What do they have in exile, by the way? I haven't even been keeping track. Yeah, I guess none of this is good for them. Bruh. Oh shoot, I should have played that pre-combat. Just on the off chance I hit a Stoneforge. Yep. That was a fuck up. Didn't matter. This mom is cool though. We can finally do some things. Doesn't stop us from dying. Like literally they have to just F6 and attack, and I think they kill us. So frustrating. Okay. Yeah. Is it is it uh is it silly to so dumb. Gosh, that was so stupid. How many lands in a row did we draw? Like 6, 7? I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of clicking draw a bunch of times, but like that's a load of crap. Okay, I'm gonna restart my client now. Yeah, and we have like 6 removal spells in the deck with LQR and the plows. We didn't see any of them when we needed them. Yeah, Eclipse was absolutely right. That is the play that essentially lost us the game. It's like the longest league of all time. Yeah, Eclipse is always right. Honestly, it's like hard to even tilt with that that loss. Like the grist turned out not to be the right play, but then drawing only lands for like 6 turns while they were putting us under pressure with the Voidwalker is what really did us in. I think we could have gotten out of that. All right, we'll take the play. Yeah, this hand does stuff. We lose to combo, but that's okay. Not gonna mulligan in case it is combo when we have a decent start here. They keep 7. Just gonna accelerate. Oh, joy. Well, we have snuff outs. They hit 4. Oh, it's big red. Okay. That is not what I was expecting. I think we just like jam a knight here and hope it's not Emrakul that comes in, I guess. I wonder if this is like sneak attack. They've just determined that like Muxus is good enough that if you just sneak attack Muxus, you win anyways. We'll see. Okay. What is this? You may put a creature onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. When it dies, you may put it into the library 3rd from the top. Okay, let's hope they have nothing else. We can take 6 if they have nothing else. Okay, sure. Do you return it? Do they get it back? Yeah. Uh, we're pretty dead here, but we get to see more of their deck. What the hell is this? Holy cow. This is our worst matchup. Jank. Okay, so they're probably keeping the Chalice. Karn. Fable. Like, this is a good hit for them. Wow. Good deck building. They keep Mountain. They keep Torsten, founder of Benalia. Good call. Shatterskull Smashing, Chalice, and Karn. Wait, do you not get enchantments with this? I thought you had enchantments. Yeah, so they just like they just didn't want Fable. They don't think they need Fable to beat us. I mean they're probably right. I'm just gonna take it. Like we'll need the knight to do something. Chalice on 1, sure. Sure. So we're totally screwed because like they have enough red mana to Put 2 cards into play. We can only get 1 Caracas. I kind of just want to see what they have though, so I'm not gonna scoop yet. I could draw into something, perhaps. Not sure what that would be. I guess if I drew Outland Liberator, exactly, then I could kill the sneak attack and have a shot. That is not good enough. I'm just gonna concede. We're not winning this one, and I don't even know what to play around because that's how their deck is. Okay. Snuff Out coming in. Deafening Silence is like very medium here, but it's better than nothing. I guess Oof. Oh, Thoughtseizes, of course. Endurance looking not so hot. This whole package looking not so hot. Honestly, my whole deck looking not so hot. Does Grist? Yeah, Grist. Grist, they're not playing like traditional show and tell, so you can't even put in like a Grist to kill their payoff. I think Scavenging Ooze is probably not good here. The swords are like actually kind of good. Well, they're not good, but they're not bad. So I think it's between cutting some swords or some quick reflexes. Or maybe the mom. I didn't see any sort of interaction. Maybe we cut the moms and keep in the LQRs and then trim a sword and call it good. They probably play Fury. Why wouldn't they play Fury? Okay, we have a Thoughtseize. We can get a turn. Oh, not a turn 2 Teague. This is definitely looking all right. So I think we have to turn 1 Thoughtseize, and then next turn, hopefully we'll get a decent next turn, and then we can get a Teague into play before they get a sneak attack into play, and then we just lose to the fair side of their deck. They probably are playing yeah, of course. They're probably playing the Bombardier, which we'll just die to, so it doesn't really matter. But it's nice to think that we have a shot. Maybe they'll mulligan. Maybe they'll mull to like 5 or 4, and then we'll Thoughtseize them and win the game that way. That'd be pretty cool. They're still thinking. Maybe we'll Once Upon a Time and hit the Gaddock Teague. That would be cool. Okay, they've mulled to 6 and they kept it, and they thought a while about it. So hopefully it's shaky enough that we can like do something. I guess Knight has some use here. If we get to the point where we're stabilizing. Through the Breach, off a name sticker goblin, probably. They have City of Traders. Hmm. If I take this name sticker goblin, they have to draw really hot to get mana to play this Through the Breach before I get a Gaddock Teak down. I think that is the play. The other thing would be to take the payoff here, but I don't know if that is correct. I think name sticker is correct. If I had a snuff out, I could take the payoff and feel really good, but I think it's just this name sticker goblin. There's the mountain. They pass. Ooh, that is great. That is actually really great. Don't mind that at all. Okay, if they have a sneak attack, at this point, I think we take the Fable. Then we play our Noble. And then next turn we get Gaddock Teague, and that should be enough to let us stabilize. Pass it back, please. Ooh, and a Wasteland. Amazing. This is actually going really well. I wonder if I even waste here, because they're... I think I do. Even though that land is not long for this world, I think I still need to keep them off mana just to try and keep my Gaddock Teague alive. And if they draw like another Fable or something, that complicates things. Or a City of Traders, sure. And the Fable. Amazing. So we can play a free Scrib Ranger. I think getting Knight down is better than another Noble here. I am going to attack. I don't think they're going to block. Play the Scrib. So next turn we can get a Caracas. And like, so they get rid of a Through the Breach that we knew about and a Karn we didn't know about. So there's still two unknowns in hand. Another Fable. I don't think going after their mana is even very good at this point. Well, they can't attack, I guess. I brought in my Force of Vigors, I hope. Yeah. I think it's worth it to take a redraw here. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll attack with this Knight. And then play the Outland Liberator. And I don't think I want to untap anything at this point. The Fable is going to have Summoning Sickness. Well, I guess if I kill this other Fable, they don't get to dig too deeper. I'm not sure if that's good or not. think it's very unlikely that they're gonna let me untap with this. Oh, but then I can't untap my knight and get a Caracas if they somehow manage to get something in play, so I think I do just have to pass here. This is really awkward. It's possible they whiff and get nothing, and then I get a free flip, and then I just get to attack in and take care of both of those things. But I think keeping up the knight activation is going to be important here. Okay. So they still have these two cards in hand that we know about and two unknowns. Surprised they would, oh, it has an X in the spell. Gaddock Teague doing work. If they pass back with no activation on the Fable, we 100% are attacking with the Knight and the Outland Liberator. And then we'll attack with the Outland Liberator, get the trigger, kill this, and then depending on whether they block or not, we'll kill the Fable as well. Looks like they don't have anything. Or they need the treasure. I'm gonna bounce the Bayou. I think I still want access to black. This is scary. Are they just casting? Yeah, okay. Well, I think we just tutor up Caracas and get rid of that thing. All right. Let's see. Did we see anything that makes us want to change our boarding? I don't know if these Thalios are any good, to be honest. You think moons? I mean, I've got the Force of Vigors and the Outland Liberator. The equipment is kind of good there, but I think the oof. I don't think I'm gonna change anything. Maybe we'll, because we're on the draw, we'll put in one more sword. It'll be a little bit awkward fetching swamps against a moon deck if they are on moon, but kind of where we're forced into with these snuff outs and thought seizes. Okay, this hand sucks. This hand blows. Definitely mulliganing this. Like, if they don't go turn one sticker goblin, then I have a plow for the sticker, but like, they mull to 6. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this hand does stuff. I think we ditch the grist. And we just have to hope they don't have a turn 1 sticker goblin. And then we're looking, if we can find a dork off this Once Upon a Time, we're looking at potentially a turn 2 Teague, kind of depending on how things go. Good sign. All right, we're not dead. Actually, I don't think we can. I don't think we can go for the turn 2 Teague because we need to leave up the plow. So we'll just wait. And I need to remember to cast this Once Upon a Time before I cast a plow. If they do go for it. Okay, kept a slow hand. Honestly, great for us. Second plow, or second Once Upon a Time is kind of awkward. I am going to cast it now. Try and hit a mana dork. I probably should have fetched first, but we get there. And I'm just going to go ahead and fetch a basic. Now we're insulated against a moon. Hopefully we don't need both of these plows. I wonder if they just kept a slow hand with a sticker goblin or a blood moon or something. Ooh, okay. We let it resolve. Pop. No mana for you. And then I think we just slam Teague and hold up another swords. Ooh, very tempting to get a Thought Season though. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. What the heck are these cards? One or fewer cards in hand, vigilance and haste. It's a 5/4. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. I think I'm just taking that, and then the rest of their hand doesn't do anything after this resolves. And they have precisely one turn where my shields are down for their name sticker goblin to be good if they top deck like the rage boar or whatever, but then we just plow it anyways, so I think that's fine. Okay. Did they get something? 5 mana. Is it Fury? I would tilt off the face of the planet if it's Fury. No, they're just playing it for value. Okay. The funny thing about that is we can't attack through it with Exalted. I think I want to Once Upon a Time pre-combat in case I hit another Exalted creature as my like only take or something. I think I want the Knight. And I think I don't know what they could have, but I think I don't run my Gaddock Teague into it. No, I think we want to pressure. If they had any sort of removal effect, they would have played it with when they had a bunch of mana floating for the name sticker goblin, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold up the swords, just in case, and the Crocus. And we'll play Knight next turn. Very interested in what this could be. I think they probably just cast that smashing card, and we're trying to cast it, but it doesn't work because of Gaddock. Yeah, you can get a free attack in, that is fine. Ooh, Dahlia's great too. I think taking a turn off to cast turn off of holding plow up, I mean, is kind of risky. I'm just gonna get the knight. Like the Thalia is already stopping, or the Gaddock is already stopping their scary things, and they could still play a Fable through it, I think. Probably not another league after this. It's getting kind of late where I am, and I have to wake up for work pretty early. All right, well, that's pretty sick. Actually, I don't know which one of these I play out. I know I attack with this knight, though. Or do I waste them? Maybe waste and play Thalia, so we attack with the Gaddock. Yeah, I like that. We still have swords if they manage to string together another name sticker goblin. Holy shit, we beat Jank. Can't believe it. Okay, so I have to reformat all this stuff since I restarted. Thoughts on the deck? Um, I think if I had not gotten a grist in that game against Blue Black Scam, this league would have been a 4-1. And I think also, even if I had gotten the grist, if I hadn't drawn lands for however many turns, I think this league could have been a 4-1. Um, we faced Delirium, Cascade. We faced, and Scavenging Ooze was amazing there. We faced a the Echo Karn deck, which I haven't seen an Echo Karn deck in a long time. That sucked. That did not go well. We faced Oops All Spells. That was about how you would expect. We faced Blue Black Scam, which I already said. I think we could have won that one. Scooz was amazing there, as well as the Stoneforge package, and then we just beat mono red sneak attack with Sticker Goblin, which I didn't expect to win. So the Thrun is in the board specifically because I want to try it against Bean Control, because short of Terminus, they essentially can't get rid of it. I really don't like Kaldra in Maverick. We don't have uh, tools to bounce it, and getting to 7 mana is pretty tough for us. Sigarda. That is another interesting one. It is an extra mana though. I think Thrun costing 4 and also having regenerate, so they play out, say, a Pernicious Deed and manage to activate it for 5 on our Sigarda the next turn or something. Thrun plays through Pernicious Deed as well. I don't know. I feel like that was a. All right, now we're talking. Snake beat down with the River Boa. Um, oh, and also my MTG bot is working. That's amazing. Yeah, so specifically, I want to try Ramanap against the Bean control deck. I want to try Thrun, and I want to try Chains. So I'm playing all of them. And then ever since I've been playing them, I haven't faced it at all. So I have no feedback. I could see cutting a Thoughtseize for another Deafening Silence. I like that the Thoughtseize is just kind of like a catch-all, and then Deafening Silence we randomly just like spike and win matchups like that Oops game. Um, I think so. I've been playing the Scatic Teague in the main instead of Collector Oof because of specifically the equipment I'm on, but I don't know if it came up where I could have gotten a Green Suns for Collector Oof against that artifact deck and not lost. Uh, I don't think I had an opportunity to. But if I did, then could consider switching this back. I think Teague is pretty good in the main though. Yeah, I don't know. I say this every time. The deck feels fine. Um, yeah, I don't think I want to change the main board at all. Could think about upping the number of Deafening Silence, but I'm gonna keep running this 4 smattering of cards because I wanna try 3 of them against Bean Control, and then I know Choke is good. And then the rest. Oh, Snuff Out. Still not sold on this card. It would have been good in the match we just faced though for killing sticker goblins for free. So that's a consideration, but I would have liked um, I would have liked some paths for that scam matchup. That's the tempo matchup that really gets hurt by playing snuff outs. And I'm also not convinced that Stompy is even fixable. So it's like, why am I doing this to myself? But um, yeah, that was the league. Got our money back with the 3-2. We beat Jank, which is like Maverick's #1 enemy. Um, I don't see anyone playing Legacy at first glance. We've got Caleb playing the Alpha Frog Cube. Um, but I would prefer to rate a smaller streamer. We've got someone playing Alpha Cube with 3 viewers. We'll try them. Thanks everyone for watching and participating. High Star, Strass, Lomer Boy, Clips, Jeter, Jared. I'm sure I'm forgetting people that showed up, but yeah, it was a fun league. Hopefully we'll string together a 4-1 or a 5-0 soon. I feel like every time I play off camera, I do a lot better with this deck, but I think that's just kind of how it goes with streamer brain. All right, we're raiding. Everyone have a good night, and again, thanks for watching.